Hello my dear friends, in this video I would like to share a little knowledge that I have on this particular topic, this time and distance, which is a very common topic in question papers of civil service examinations, preliminary examinations, banking examinations and many other competitive examinations. But of course it's not going to be the ultimate because it's just I'm a man of limited knowledge, so it's just going to be a little knowledge that I would like to share if which I believe if it would make your life a little bit easier, then definitely I would be much obliged. Now, these are certain topics like especially this time and distance. Questions are very simple, but there's always a twist in the question, and that's where we end up losing our marks. So, the topic where we should be getting the marks, we end up losing our marks because question looks very simple, but that small twist just twists everything. So again, as I quote, it may not be the ultimate knowledge, but a little knowledge which I have, I would like to share with you because knowledge, as I believe, is all about sharing. Knowledge is not something that you keep it for yourself. It's all about sharing. The more you share, actually, the more we learn. So anyway, let's just continue then. This kind of questions, as I said, we generally find it in many competitive examinations. But these, of course, are just some common topics. So you might be wondering, this is certain topics which we all of us know, but yeah, would like to talk more about on this particular topic, that is about time and distance. And then if you find this video helpful for you, then definitely I would be very happy to continue with other topics with small little knowledge that I have. Time and distance, this we already know, that distance is equal to speed into time, speed is equal to distance by time is equal to distance by speed. Now in this video, let's talk more about this. Let's try to make our lives a little bit more easier. Now one thing, the first point that we want to hold on to is like during the examinations, we are always in a hurry when we are trying to convert the unit, that is like, for example, you want to convert from kilometers per hour to, let's say, meters per second. Then what happens is in this conversion we lose a lot of time. For example, what I want to say is, let's say, kilometers per hour. We want to convert it to meters per second, then we have to multiply it by 1000 meters, and hours to second we have to multiply it by 60 minutes 60 seconds. So we do all these calculations, even though we try to be very quick, then we still end up, I guess, few seconds there. 5 by 8 meters per second. Next time, what you can do is, if you want to change from kilometers per hour to meters per second, trust me, all you have to do is multiply that unit, that is in kilometers per hour, by simply 5 by 18 meters per second. No need to, that means you can save time doing all these calculations. All you have to do is just multiply. For example, let's say 5 kilometers per hour. You want to change it to meters per second. All you have to do is 5 into 5 by 18 meters per second. So that's going to be 25 by 18 meters per second. So that's very quick, isn't it? Just 5 kilometers per hour, you want to change it to meters per second. So 5 into, you just multiply that unit by 5 by 18. 5 by 18 meters per second. That's equal to what? 25 by 18 meters per second. Let's prove. 5 into 1000, 60 into 60 meters per second. See, this is the time that we are wasting. 3, so 5, 2, 3, 2 5s are 10, so that's like 25 by 18 meters per second. So see, even I wasted some time there. So 25 by 18 meters per second. So next time what we can do is quickly just multiply it by 5 by 18 meters per second. We end up getting the answer. Second one is, if you want to change from meters per second, this time just the reverse, from kilometer to, if you want to change from meters per second to kilometers per hour, all you have to do is multiply, multiply by just the ulta. That is 18 by 5 kilometers per hour. Just multiply 18 by 5 kilometers per hour, then you'll have your required. So no need to do all those cancellations, 100,000 60 seconds and all, no. So once again, meters per second to kilometer per hour, multiply by 18 by 5. Kilometer per hour to meters per second, you multiply by 5 by 18 directly. No need to write all those hundreds, 60s and all those things, all those units. Okay. So I hope you have your pen and paper writing down all this. It will be very helpful for you, because watching videos, okay, we understand, but then we forget. So if you have a pen and paper, then we just note down, then maybe you can start a notebook and then you can just start noting down all these notes. Now some tips on some very common questions. First step that I'm going to give you today is, okay, about this, I hope you know how to calculate this. How do we calculate this average speed? So average speed is like total distance covered divided by total time taken. So that's how we calculate generally. Average speed is total distance divided by total time taken. That's where we end up making our mistakes, because there is always a twist in that particular question. And that is what they want you to do also. And that's how we go for total distance divided by total time. We get the answer. When we come out, we see that the answer is wrong. We are worried. We are surprised. How? I'll tell you how. Because these tips definitely are going to help you go a very long way. First one, you can start noting down. The first tip that I'm going to give you today is this. You can start noting down. Like if, I'll write down. Okay, let's write down together. If a certain distance is covered, if a certain distance is covered with a speed of, if a certain distance is covered with a speed of x kilometer per hour, and another equal distance, and another equal distance with a speed of, another equal distance with a speed of y kilometer per hour, and another distance with a speed of y kilometer per hour, then average speed for the whole journey. You got the condition now here. If a certain distance is covered with a speed of x kilometer per hour and another equal distance with a speed of y kilometers per hour, then average speed will not be the total distance divided by total time, not this one. If you want to find out the average speed, not the total distance divided by total time, don't do that mistake. That's what they want you to do here. In that case, which formula are we going to use? That average speed formula, what you can do is average speed. Now, average speed will be simply 2xy divided by x plus y kilometer per hour. So next time you use this formula, I am sure you will be getting the answer spot on. Okay? Alright, let's try an example with this. Can I rub it off? I think I'll just rub it off now. Okay? You can just, of course you can pause the video and then note down. I'll just keep the formula there. Okay. So let's try an example with this. Maybe like, let's say a question that is a man. Of course, question may not be very simple as it is, but definitely it will help you. A man, sometimes for preliminary and for small examinations, yeah, questions can be just like this. A man covers half of his journey. A man covers half of his journey at 12 kilometer per hour. And the remaining half, equal distance, okay? And the remaining half at, let's say, 18 kilometers per hour. And the remaining half at, not 18, let's say 36 kilometer per hour. Then his average speed is. What will be his average speed then? Remember, a man covers half of his journey at 12 kilometers per hour and the remaining half at 36 kilometers per hour. His average speed is generally, most of the times, what do we do? What do we do? That is, we do 12 plus 36 divided by 2. That's going to be 6 plus 8, 4. 8 divided by 2, 24 kilometer per hour. That's what we do generally, average speed. No, dita plus kuribo, divide by 2. We get 24 kilometers per hour. Let's see, is it really 24 kilometers per hour? Because now, next time when you sit for the examinations, you know that we have this formula which we are supposed to use in conditions like this. So let's see, 2 into x, what was x? Okay, let's say 12 into y, 36, divided by x plus y, 12 plus 36, okay? Then that will be 2 into 12 into 36 divided by 8, 4. 12 4s are 48, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 1 18. So the answer was 18 kilometers per hour. That's what they can do to you. So that's why in the examinations you do this. Very easy question. Kuri dishe bas kar diya 24 kilometers per hour. You come out of the examination hall, you see it's not, I mean, when you get the answer key, you see it's not 24, it's 18 kilometers per hour because of this condition. Okay, so I believe that next time you will be able to get the answer spot on. And this formula, of course, can even be extended to, 3, 4 distances also. Okay, this formula can even be extended to 3, 4 distances also. Alright, that means if they cover, of course the condition is they should cover equal distances, no? They should cover equal distances. This distance, this distance, this distance. That's the condition here. If they cover equal distances at different speeds, x kilometer per hour, y kilometer per hour, z kilometer per hour, then in that case, of course, the formula will be slightly different. The formula will be, you got my point, no? I don't want to write down again, of course. So if you can just write down maybe, if they cover second condition, that is, if they cover equal distances, okay, if they cover equal distances at 3 different speeds, x kilometer per hour, y kilometer per hour, and z kilometer per hour, then average speed, all right, if they cover equal distances at different speeds, x kilometer, different speeds, x kilometer per hour, y kilometer per hour, z kilometer per hour, then their average speed will be given by this formula, 2 into x, y, z, divided by xy plus yz plus xz. You can use this formula if it is for 3. Of course, for the 2 is much more simpler, but if it is for 3, then equal distances, different speeds, x, y, and z. Then in that case, average speed will be 2xyz divided by xy plus y into z plus z into x, xy plus y into z plus xz. So that will be the speed, average speed. Alright, okay, so that should be done quickly. Then fine, then I think this will be the third one, because second one was about the 3 speeds. Now the third one, if you may, please write down, if a certain distance, third hint, if a certain distance is covered with a speed of x kilometer per hour, if a certain distance is covered with speed of x kilometer per hour, if a certain distance is covered with a speed of x kilometer per hour, and another distance let's say, and another distance with y kilometer per hour. Remember, this time it's not about equal distance, this time it's about another distance. non-equal distance. Okay, and another distance by y kilometer per hour. Here what will be saying? But time interval. But time interval, time means time taken, no? But the time interval for both journeys, but the time interval for both journeys being same. That means the time interval is same here. Earlier the distance was same, this time the time is same, distance is different. Okay, but the time interval being same, then average speed here of course will be x plus y divided by 2. Here of course it will be x plus y divided by 2. You can use this only when the time interval is same. Only when the time interval is same. Okay, let's try one question with that. So let's say one example. Okay, one example. Let's say something like one example. Let's try to do it quickly. Let's say like if a man covers the first if a man covers the first 30 minutes, if a man covers the first 30 minutes of his journey, if a man covers the first 30 minutes of his journey at 9 kilometer per hour and 9 kilometer per hour, and the next 30 minutes of his journey, and the next 30 minutes of his journey at 12 kilometer per hour, then average speed will be what? In that case, what will be the average speed? And the next 30 minutes of his journey at 12 kilometers per hour. So here, what happens is you see the first 30 minutes and the next 30 minutes. The time interval is same here. The time interval is same here. So what we can do is directly just add 9 plus 12 divided by 2, 21 by 2. That's going to be 10.5 kilometers per hour. Simple as that. Okay, so I bet that would be easier for you next time. So remember, only when the time interval is same, that time only. Now this of course can be, especially for this of course, when the time interval is same, that means it can be extended to 3 also. Let's say this to this 5 seconds, this to this same time t, from this to this same time t. So they are taking the same time, maybe different speeds. Let's say x kilometer per hour, y kilometer per hour, z kilometer per hour. In that case also, here, as long as the time interval is same, you can just extend x plus y plus z divided by, of course, 3, because we have 3 time intervals here. So if it is extended to 3 time intervals at different speeds, but equal time intervals, then it can be again extended to x plus y plus z divided by 3. X plus y plus z divided by 3 kilometers per hour. That's going to be the average. Okay, alright, now another one. That will be, let's say, I guess number 4. This is also one very important one. If the ratio of speeds, if the ratio of speeds, let's say A and B is x is to y. If the ratio of the speeds A and B is x is to y, then the ratio of times, then the ratio of their respective times, then the ratio of their times taken by them taken by them to cover the same distance, then the ratio of time taken by them to cover the same distance is 1 by x is to 1 by y. So you can please take a note of this question also very carefully. Please take a note of this question also very carefully. That is, if the ratio of the speeds of A and B is given to us as x is to y, then find the ratio of their time taken by them to cover the same distance. Then it will be 1 by x is to 1 by y. That will be their respective ratios. Okay, so let's finally take one example on this also. Maybe you can just note down, that is the speed of 3 cars. The speed of 3 cars. The speed of 3 cars are in the ratio. The speed of 3 cars are in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 5. The speed of 3 cars are in the ratio 1 is to 3 is to 5. The speed of 3 cars are in the ratio 1 is to 3 is to 5. What is the ratio of times taken by this car? The ratio of times taken by these cars. The ratio of time taken by these cars, of course the condition here is to travel the same distance is, what would it be? Of course it can be extended to 3 also, 4 also, 5 also. Then we know that speed is inversely proportional to time. So the ratio of their times will be what? What was the formula? 1 by x. If the speed is x is to y, then the ratio of their times will be 1 by x is to 1 by y. Of course here we have 3 ratios, 3 cars, x is y is to z. So that's going to be 1 by z. So in that case the ratio will be 1 by 1 is to 1 by 2 is to 1 by 5. So that, of course, sometimes they will be simplifying it and then giving you the answers, maybe not like this. Alright, so in that case, of course, what do we do is, I hope all of us we know the concept of ratios, but still then I will just explain about that also, because every time the question may not be like this and some options may not be like this. What we do is, okay, we will write down the ratios separately. Okay, this is a mathematical way of solving proportions. After that, if you remember, we did this in lower classes. You want to convert them into common ratio, no, without the fraction. So we just write 1 1 1 2 1 5 into, we will do the LCM method. Now what is the LCM between their denominators? 1 2 5. What is the LCM between their denominators? 1 2 and 5. The LCM, I'll just do it here. 2 1 5 5 1 1 1. So the LCM is 5 2s are 10. LCM is 10. So 1 10s are 10, 2 5s are 10, 5 2s are 10. So that will be 1 into 10 10, 1 into 5 5, 1 into 2 2. So if you want to write it in a proper value, in the proper form, then what do? Is we just ignore this 10, because the common LCM we just ignore. And in that case, this ratio can also be written as 10 is to 5 is to 2. 10 is to 5 is to 2. That's the way. So most of the times this option will be given to you, maybe not this option. So of course you can do one thing is 5 2s, find out the common LCM here, 10. Nah? So 1 10s are 10, 2 5s are 10, 5 2s are 10. So that common LCM 10 10 10, we can just cancel it in the form of ratios. 1 is to 1 is to 1, so that can be ignored. So 10 is to 5 is to 2. So that's it. So these are the three or four basic tips which of course I wanted to share with all of you, which maybe I believe might make your life a little bit easier. So next time when you appear for the examinations, maybe if this is of any help, then I'll be very happy to know that. Alright then, so that's it for today. If you really like this video, please like, and then of course let me know if you've liked this video also, so that if you want, then we can of course try some other topics. I may not be the of course I may not be able to give you the entire knowledge, but okay, whatever I know, I will try my level best to share with you. Alright then, till then, study well and all the best for whatever exams you're preparing for. Till then, see you next time.